Hello YouTube, I'm here with Ryan Ortiz, and with his first place finish at, what was it?
Pasadena Regional.
Pasadena Regionals, and he's playing some Orcust bullshit.
Danger Orcust, friends.
Danger, Orcust, PK, bullshit.
Alright, so let's get straight into the deck profile. So, 3 Vanessa, 3 Jacqueline, 3 Fat Snake Lady, and 1 Bigfoot Fetish. So I have a foot fetish, but nah, Bigfoot's good. You pop Floodgates, and you pop problem cards. I popped a Rivalry round 2 against Altergeist. The guy got really salty. He Dark Bribed my Twin Twister when I discarded the Nessie, and I just revealed Bigfoot and popped it. He got really salty.
I would too.
What?
I would too.
Yeah, he would too. So, Orcust Engine, if you don't play this ratio, you're wrong. So, this, because I'm bad at resource management, and sometimes it gets banished, and you want the other one's going to get stuck. So you have to have the second one to go off. And if you start the combo without making Mermaid, you pretty much win. This card's absurd. You better play it. It's literally an extender, and if you open full combo with a Nightmare, we don't got to use the effect, you can just dump this and have an extra extender. Moving on to the best cards in the deck that aren't Orcust. Oh my god, that's absurd. I sniped so much shit. People don't play this because they want, like, the theory of, oh no, if I get ashed, I lose. But if you get ashed on the connector, your Mermaid doesn't get ashed, your Harp doesn't get ashed, and you pretty much win the game at that point if you have an extra extender to make the Mermaid. If they have effect negation, they have effect negation either way. You're probably going to lose that game either way. I like hand advantage. I played 3 strikers, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't see a single monster in any of their hands. It was all spells. They're pretty nuts. So, 2 cards of Trickstars. This card's amazing because on its own, it's literally a like an extender. And if you do this plus this, you can snipe bigger monsters and snipe more. Like, I've sniped, one time at locals, I sniped 3 Overraptor out of a guy's hand. He was salty.
Was it John?
It was not John. It was Leon.
Okay.
And, oh, something funny. If you summon this with the Jackalope, you can snipe Phantasmic with Dolphin. I didn't do it, but I've done it once at locals, and the guy was like, wow, you know what? You deserve the win, buddy. So, 1-1. If you play more than that, you're bad. You never want to see these unless in niche circumstances when you have to break boards, but that's what the dangers are for. So, it's not really optimal to draw these, which is why I cut them down to 1-1. And 3 of the best hand trap in the game. You stop Sanctum, you stop Engage. Oh, I blind Ash the first Engage in the first circle every time. Because if they don't have Ray or Gazelle, I don't want them getting to it. I'd rather make them work off of what's already in their hand. And they're forced to make a subpar board there. And if they already have an amazing hand, then it puts them back a little bit. Or I was going to lose that game anyway. So that's the theory I operate on. So that's it for the monsters, or the spells. 3 copies of I Win the Game. Power cards, Foolish. I side this out a lot, actually. Because it's weird. It's not really like an extender. It can be. It's not really like a starter, because you need another monster to go with it. So when I need that extra side out spot, I usually side out the Foolish. I know I'm weird, but I'm playing a weird deck. So I like it. 5 connectors. Or 4 connectors. Power card. So after the event, when I won my last round, the judge was like, dude, you're the first guy I thought playing Reborn in Orcust. I'm like, are these people stupid? Should I call, like, the local hospital and have them checked in for signs of brain activity?
I mean, that does seem kind of stupid. I should play. I really, I mean...
We all agreed.
It was banned for a reason.
It was banned for a reason. 2 copies of I Hate Mystic Mine. Round 8, when I played my friend Leo Anaya, he flipped Mystic Mine on me 4 times in, like, a full match. Game 1, I had to scoop. In games 2 and 3, I had to Twin Twister it. Not fun. Very much not fun.
Mystic Mine's a balanced card, right?
No. 2 copies of Light Stage. No Terraforming. You don't want to lose a Colossus. It's already started to lose a Colossus on its own. But my theory goes, like, if your hand's a bunch of cards that lose a Colossus, you can't play the game. So 2 is fine because you want to see it, but you don't want to see it in multiple. And this is like a win button against Striker. I might bump this up to 3. I'm still testing it. But hitting the card that you know is a threat, like a Shark Cannon or whatever they set off the Shizuku, is amazing because it forces something out, and it's a card that they can't play with. It kind of conflicts with this card, but at the end of the day, I value setting the Crescendo first because I don't want to lose the Twin Twister on my Fog Blades or my Crescendo or my Babel. So I keep the Light Stage in case they're playing a back row deck, so that way I can snipe back row on my turn to go off and win. and return. Oh shit, bro, this card's absurd. Drawing into more cards is good. I couldn't get the Galatea into the grave versus my round 5 opponent, the only match I lost. I went return, sack it for the symbol, draw 2. I drew into Lancia, and I drew into Ash. And that literally was full combo. He played through it and won. That man deserves the W. I'm not going to lie. That man's deck was spicy, but that's a story for later. And for traps, searchable Fiendish Chains are pretty cool. I love making the Time Thief. This is my favorite and least favorite card in the deck because it's not a fucking effect monster, man. You don't know how many times I want to make Galatea with this and I can't. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, why aren't you an effect monster? Why can't you have an effect where I take like 500 damage on summon or something? Like, I'll take half my fucking life points. I'll take Destrudo. But no, it's not an effect monster. I can't make Boral Sword. So I'll get on to the extra deck about something I might change later in the future that a friend of mine recently suggested. Oh, and set this first. Don't set Babel. Setting Babel, you lose a Twin Twister.
That is true.
45 cards in the main deck. And extra.
You madman.
I'm not a madman. Madmen play 60. You don't see your side deck cards and you lose because you draw wonky ass hands full of stuff. Mark.
John. Yeah, John.
So the Nightmares, Unicorns, Cerberus, Phoenix, and I decided to spice the fuck up and play 2 Mermaid. So
In case they ask one.
round 10, my hand was garbage. It was like double symbol, an Ash, a Chalice, and like some other bullshit. And the game got super grindy, so I made a Mermaid. He ashed it. And then next turn, I made another Mermaid, and he's like, you play 2? I'm like, yeah. Because he didn't set up a board with the Rage, because he had like a big board, and I had like only one I had a Cerberus National Monster Zone, and nothing at top deck would have broke the Salamangreat board except for that. And I pretty much won from there. 2 Galatea. If you play the deck right, you need 2.
Obviously, you need to.
Well, if you play the deck right, you need 2. If you want to be really safe or you play like recklessly, you need 3. But I've learned that after you make your combo, none of your cards need value past turn 1. It's like Goki. This deck is Goki 2.0. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, kind of.
It's kind of Goki 2.0, but at least you have a hand you have a hand to start with.
Yeah, you try to like put up like 5 negates.
Yeah. So 2 Galatea is fine. I missed the third like 1 game only in the mirror match, but that's because it got super grindy. But usually you should be able to win past that. Not a lot of decks can play through double Fog Blade and a Crescendo or a Babel. Not to mention the hand traps or whatever else you have set. Time Thief is also absurd. We're just gonna go a little bit out of order. So Exceeds, we have Break Sword. This came up once, but I like the idea of doing this because you go pop, pop, and then you make Dingirsu, you send something else. That's 3 cards gone, and not a lot of decks can play through like losing that many backboard, losing that many resources on their board. So it comes up once in a while. All your dangers are 3s, and it's pretty good. My favorite card in the extra deck, honestly, Time Thief Redoer. Woo! This card was absurd all day.
Dude, that needs to get a rarity bump soon.
It does. Actually, shout out to my friend Ryan, the judge. He's like, hey, give me $1 for this Time Thief. I'm like, fuck it, why not? I love this card.
Pretty sure it's under $1 though.
Yeah, but it's German. So.
Oh. Then yeah, worth it.
You do this to Salamangreat, bye normal summon, you win. I got even lead for 8 cards. I kept the Time Thief, and I won the game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he had like 2 cards in hand. I went spin back Buffalo, and he lost.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, Longirsu, I didn't make him, but he's there to out dumb shit. Plus, he's an extra extender you can make, I guess, if you draw really good. I don't know. He's just a play. Like, against Salamangreat, I consider setting up Babel, but they're maining Twister now, too. So, I really think Crescendo's just the way to go. If I open both, I'll make him. If I open the tits. And I win the game. So,
yeah.
You need an extra monster on top. It's not 2 monsters equal Boral Sword anymore. You need the extra extender in order to make this, but it's still there. And I made it like a couple times.
I mean, although you can make it with like Dingirsu, and then you can just bring it back.
This plus Dingirsu is game.
Yeah.
And clearing stuff is absurd.
I mean, you can. I mean, plus you can just sort of bring back Dingirsu if you're gonna make Boral Sword with it, anyways.
So, to the Dingirsu, shout out to Tim for the Euro prints I got right now. The card's absurd, makes the deck what it is. Oh, and if Bardiche gets banned, this deck has almost no game plan. So
I don't think it's gonna get banned.
I think it needs to get banned, but will it get banned? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. So this is the card I might change. So the theory goes with this: if you get hand trapped on your mermaid turn 1, you don't want to just sit there with like a mermaid and just kind of be like,
Well, shit.
pass. You want to be able to bridge into a Bardiche. So the idea behind this is you go mermaid plus an extender into a dark and then like a dangerous. If you open pretty good, you can still make a Bardiche with 2 negates.
Yeah.
Or a time thief so you don't fucking die. I mean, not even a time thief, or a fucking Thanite trap card so you don't die, the Brigandine.
Yeah.
But what I learned is, since these take effect monsters, and that's the one bane of this card, I might take this out for a beat your meat cop, because you need to be able to bridge into this with this to make Boral Sword, and that's how I lost my round 5. I couldn't kill him, and he battled back really hard, because he just drew, like, the tits, even through Lancia. So, I couldn't really do much there.
Alright, well, let's get into this side deck.
Alright, the side deck is what I was most proud of about this. So, 3, I win the game. Not much to say there. I can't wait for that rarity bump. The third Twister for mine. 2 DD Crow, just to pad out like the side deck. I wanted turn enders in the mirror match and Orcust and Striker. This isn't really a turn ender, but you can snipe Ray, because the worst part about Striker now is they just go, kinda, you lose. So this prevents the Ray from coming back. Same thing Call by the Grave. If I have a Call by the Grave, sometimes I'll let the hand trap go through if I can kill them, just to stop the Ray.
Yeah.
So,
that makes sense.
stopping Ray and stopping the engage on the Kagari is important. So, I love Crow, because if you get rid of the Harp in the graveyard, there's not a lot they can do at that point. And it's also pretty good in Salad. I like hitting Jaguar, because that's their main recursion tool. If I'm going to kill them, I hit the Balinx. If they're going like first turn, I'll just do that, because that also stops Dweller. That's their extra level 4 for the Dweller, so I don't know. It was pretty alright all day. And Striker, against Leo, I stopped the engage, and it pretty much just put him behind enough to where I was able to top deck into a Trickster life stage and win the game. 3 copies of these sexy-ass chalices. So,
Boy, it's 2019 and you're playing Chalice?
it's ulti. Alright, so my theory behind this is there's only 3 win buttons against you, really, in theory. Your win buttons against you are Dweller, Scythe, and Lancia. We can't stop this without a Call by the Grave. So, this stops all of the above, except for Lancia.
Because hand traps.
Because hand traps. But Imperm was something I was considering, but because a lot of people shotgun Dweller at draw phase, but you don't want to do. First, if you're playing Dweller, don't shotgun it. Wait till I normal summon like an Orcust or something, so you can't get Impermed or Gammed. I've seen it happen plenty of times. Scythe is also an issue. That Imperm doesn't stop Scythe either. So this is something I can also draw into a board of 3 negates or a Sloth or a Border, and just negate it and keep going. So it's just a good card to draw because it baits stuff, and it also just outs cards that are win buttons against you. Because I played at Locals, game 1, he made a Blind Dweller. He had the hand trap and the rage to back it up, so it wasn't really that bad. And then round 3, he drew Scythe. So, yeah. Or Sanctum. Then 3, I win the game. I rebooted a Subterra player for 5. So what you gonna do?
Oof.
And here's what I love the most. I cited 2 Thunderbird and a Bigfoot. So, I took some theory on this from Isala when he topped with Danger Thunder playing this. My theory is games 2 and 3, when you go second, every cards that come out are 3 Connector, a Dolphin, a Rhoda, and a Crescendo. That's 6 cards that come out. And while usually you do have 6 cards that are going to go in every matchup, you really want extra removal. So the Twin Twister, discarding any one of these, outs 3 cards. These are big bodies, and they all punch over Goliath, which is another thing that I really wanted. They also punch over Vortex under a Saryuja. I know it's random, but it came up one time in testing. It punches over Summon Vanity's Fiend. Yeah, it came up one time. And these are just good because 3 back row getting rid of is good. Not much else to say there, and these were MVP all day, just popping everything. So, matchups, we'll go real fast. Round 1, Guru, I rebooted him for 5. Not much to say, Guru's an easy matchup. Round 2, Altergeist. I got Transmigration Prophesied. That drop card says shuffle 2 cards in the grave back into the deck. That man's dick was bigger than mine game 1. But I won games 2 and 3. And then round 3, I played... the first striker. I savaged him. Round 4, I played... Oh my god, why is this the one that's bothering me? Round 4, I played the Blind Second Salad. The man didn't have a mat, and he was dropping Phantasmes and Ulti Ogres on the table. So, I don't know what's going on in his head. This man's a savage.
He's just flexing on me.
He's flexing. Round 5 was my only loss. I lost the mirror match. He didn't have dangers, but he was playing Clowns, Glow Up Bulb, Nat Beast, like a bunch of spicy shit.
That sounds terrifying.
It's spicy, though. It's cool. He got 6th, so it worked.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not working. I'm just saying it sounds terrifying.
So round 6.
This Yugioh player is shaking in his boots.
After that, I was like, "Hey babe, should we go home?" And she's like, "Boo, you can win the whole thing. Just keep going." And I'm like, "You know what? I got this." So 6 and 7, I started Guru. Round 8, I got my revenge against Leo and Naya from a long time ago. It's a long story. He played Mystic Mine on me a couple times in the striker matchup, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought we were friends, Leo. But
I guess we're not. I guess you're not.
Nah, we're still friends, but like we need to have a talk. Round 9, I played some guy who was apparently a former like YCS winner or something. I don't know. Here's his cheeks. Clap those cheeks really fucking hard. Then round 10, I was like shitting myself. I'm like, oh my god, table 3. Am I gonna be able to top? Am I gonna be able to do this? And I'm X1, I'm top 8. The man activates Circle, and I'm like, all right, easy matchup. We got this. So this deck poops on everything. It's the best deck of the format. Anyone tells you otherwise, you're wrong. Shout-outs to my amazing girlfriend, Kat. I love you. I don't know where I'd be without you. You kept me going throughout the day. Brought me drinks and stuff. I love you to death. Shout out to my team, OC's Finest. Look for them on YouTube. They do DBS content only, but they're still pretty cool. Shout out to Gem Playmats. I would have played on my Gem mat, but I forgot it at home, so I got first place with a My Little Pony playmat. Best decision of my life. And I was too lazy to ask for a Gem playmat from the other people. But shout out to Brandon. He makes great products. I love his mats. Shout out to my sponsor, Tim, and DNL Collectibles over at Frank & Sons. They made this deck possible. And shout out to Chelsea Tier Grimner for my man. And my man, the guy on Facebook, Kavef Rutin, that made that.
My man.
My man. And shout out to, I'm a chef. Cyril, you made that day fun. You're weird, but you made it fun.
So this is 2 tops while you're having the Cyril with you.
Yeah, 2 tops. I'm pretty much coming in hot this year. I got my top 8 back in February with Draco. I'm getting my first win here. And now I'm going to try and take Giant Card to Anime Expo. I'll see you there.
Alright, just don't let it go to your head, Alan.